All right. So you're recording now, Dustin?
We are live, yes. So let me do a quick intro to you, Liz.
Sure.
And we'll go from there. Let me just get this set up here. There you are. I see you guys. Hey, everybody. Dustin here, Dustin Schaefer here. One second. Can you got me, Liz? Can you hear me?
Yep.
Okay, cool. For whatever reason, I am okay, cool. I'm back.
Okay.
On my phone, it's a little different. I was hearing two people talk. Myself talk twice. So, I want to quick do a little introduction. So this is our Action Zoom. We do it every Monday at 1 p.m. Eastern Standard Time. And the idea of this Zoom is to give people little steps that they can take through the day and the week to move their business in the right direction. And the goal is to meet everybody where they're at. What we know is that it's about consistent daily routine and habits that help us grow this business. And sometimes what's interesting about things in life, you always know that they always come out of the blue. When people go, sometimes you either believe in miracles or you think everything's a miracle. It's kind of like one way to look at it. And I have this unique perspective that I just, I'm never surprised by who I might meet in 10 minutes from now, because you just got to be open to it all. So the idea would be is if we can build daily routines and habits, and this Zoom is a place for us to do that. So if you're watching it live or replay, let us know your thoughts and feedback. But that consistent pattern of desire to have more is super, super important. And I have somebody on here who's been super consistent for, 5+ years. Is it 6 years now, Liz?
Not yet.
Not yet. Is it 5?
Yeah.
It's been 5 though, right?
Oh yeah, 5 years.
Okay. I was trying to do the math in my head. I'm like, okay. And so she's been super consistent and very well. And she's going to give you some of the amazing tools that she's been using to help spread the word and create consistency for her to have success. And she hit me on these last week. I was like, oh my, this is so good that we got to share it to everybody. So if you guys want to get it, what's up, Miguel? If you guys want to get the little secrets to help the consistency of your business, Liz is going to share. I'm going to hop in today too, because I want to share a few perspectives based on what she said. I've had a few days to think about it. And before we kick off today's Zoom, do me a huge favor, put in the chat, what's one big win that you've had over the last week? For me, I've had 3 brand new customer conversations in person. And I've had a new promoter business conversation in person. And that's a big step for me because I have gotten kind of away from in person. And that's where I'm the best, is when I talk to people in face-to-face. So I just wanted to, throw it out there and say that that's my big win for today. That's what I got, or for the week, sorry. That's what I got to do. But if you can put in the chat, put a win that you have. And then lastly, Liz, before you kick it off, can you just touch a little bit about the huddle call today with Michael Rutherford? He talked about something and you said it was such a good call. Can you give maybe one feedback of that call for you that connected with you? And then we'll kick into the Zoom.
Yeah, for sure. Thanks, Dustin. For those of you who don't know me, I'm Liz, and I am from London, Ontario, Canada. So we are really further south than a lot of the US states, just to let you know. So we're having a really mild winter for Canada here. That call today with Michael, he's in the Bahamas. He was given an invite to go to the Bahamas and spend, I'm not sure how long, on somebody's boat. And he was talking about the billionaires that he's met while he was there, and talking about the boat and being on a yacht. And a couple of people in the chat had said, but what if being on that boat, or what if having a yacht isn't my dream? And if that's not something that speaks to me. And so, of course, Mitch got on, which is always a good person to listen to. Mitch always has some amazing insight, and shared is like, basically what we need to do is find out what our yacht is per se. It's not necessarily a yacht. People were saying, well, mine is living on a farm and having my own farm and having somebody that can clean the stalls for me. So everybody's yacht is different. And just to remember that. So that was one of my biggest takeaways too, because I like to be around water. not necessarily on the water per se. So yeah, that was one of my biggest takeaways. There was a lot of takeaways. So if you have an opportunity to watch the replay for that, by all means, if you weren't on that call, I would highly recommend that. This is one that you really should go back and watch. And yeah, so I'm going to start off today with one of the DMOs that I've been doing, daily method of operations. I'm sure everybody knows what a DMO is, that I've been doing for well over a year now. And what it is going to the birthdays on my Facebook account each day. And what I've found by doing that, initially what I started doing is when I would get that message every morning on Facebook that would tell me it was, somebody's birthday, I would just go in and then I would wish them happy birthday on their profile. Then I changed that up and I would send them personal messages on Messenger. I now often send voice messages to them. But what I was finding is that because I've had this DMO and I've been doing this for so long, is I was finding some awkward moments because I would like for today, let's just use today for an example. It didn't happen to me today because I've changed my format and what I do. But I would go and see somebody's birthday. And if I went to send them a message or a voice message, I would go on there and I'd see, oh, geez, the last time I had a chat with this person on Messenger was their birthday last year. So I was starting to feel awkward by sending another birthday message to them. And here I haven't even had a conversation with them in 12 months. So what I do now is, if you're all familiar with the birthdays on Facebook, if you're not, let me know and I can guide you through that super quick. But what I do now is I will wait until the day after their birthday. That gives now the hype of all their birthday is gone. And now somebody is still reaching out to them about their birthday. But what I will also do now is I will go through to see who has birthdays coming up. And sometimes I will I'll actually put my phone on a timer and give myself, if I have 20 minutes, I'll give myself 20 minutes to work on this. And I'll go through the people that have birthdays coming up within the next 30 days and start a conversation with them now. So when I do go to send them a message, when it is their birthday 30 days from now, it doesn't seem so awkward with them. And again, another thing about having those messages, the more interaction you have with people through Messenger, I think they're more prone to see any posts that you're going to be making. So hopefully you're consistent with your Facebook posts all the time too. Now this can, obviously, you don't have this birthday method or DMO that you can use. If your preferred platform is Instagram, that's not going to work. I'm kind of just talking about Facebook here. And I think I've found it myself anyway in the last 12 months that Facebook has really started to pick back up again. So I think it's a platform that you don't want to let go of. So that is one. The other thing is creating interactive posts. Now you've got all these messages with these people, they're more inclined to see your posts. And what I'm finding is that if I just pop up a question on a post where you just, put the blue background or pink background without a picture, I see Alicia's nodding her head, so she knows what I'm talking about. Thanks. So what happens, I'm finding with those interactive posts that I'm getting a lot more engagement now. And I think it's good to make it a post where people can, offer their opinion. People like to be able to offer their opinions, and also where people can recognize or give themselves a shout out for their own accomplishments. So one post that I made was, who has successfully quit smoking and for how long? That generated 146 comments on my post. Now, some of those comments were mine, where I was giving them celebrating them and congratulating them on their achievement. But I find that people really, really do like to be recognized for their accomplishments and also to give themselves a shout out. So that's an opportunity. When I go through and I look at some of my Facebook posts, those are the ones that get the most interaction. And Jennifer Mann had a really good one as well. She put up a post, because this is where Dustin was talking about the iPhone versus the Androids. he's been pushing her to get an iPhone. So she's been hesitant, and she put a post up there and asked people for their opinions on whether she should get an iPhone or whether she should get an Android. And wow, she had she had 126 comments on that. She had some really good conversations going on with regards to that whole question all on its own. So that's another one. So the other thing I do too is I go back and I look at other people's posts, like other people within the Prove It community. Like I'll look at. Oh, Dustin, did we lose you, Dustin, for a bit?
Yeah, I'm back. I lost sound, so I had to leave and come back. So I'm back.
Okay, that's fine. So another thing that I do too, if you're stuck and you don't know what kind of, you want to put a post up there, but you're not sure which one to do, I'll go and look at Katie Rollins's page, and, or go look at Mandy Mitchell or anybody, right? For that. And Dustin, I was telling him, when I go onto my Facebook and I open up my Facebook app and I go to the menu, he's in my top 3. It's birthdays, and then it's Prove It, and then it's Dustin Schaefer. So I use Dustin's posts a lot of time for inspiration on where to go. I won't copy exactly everything that he does, but I use that as an idea for sure. So it's completely okay to do that. The other thing is about those, we're going to talk about the guest call tonight. If anybody, do you guys all, I think I'm seeing some familiar faces on here. So I think everybody might already have some scripts maybe that you can use yourself. If you don't, I can put them in the chat for you. I've got 4 lined up. I've got one for where you would send to your friends or family or customers who are already drinking ketones and are already on SmartShip. Another one for people who you have never ever talked to ketones about. I don't know if there's anybody new on here. And people that have purchased trial packs from you but have not yet created their own account. And also people who have dropped off of SmartShip and not currently drinking ketones. So you want that one, Alicia? Yeah, okay. I'll copy that and I put that in the chat. Now, I'm not sure. Dustin said he wanted to talk to somebody about, he wanted to give a quick chat to all of us.
Can you do me a favor though first? Can you, because people on YouTube, I don't think can see the chat. Can you read slowly each script so that if somebody's watching the replay, they can write it down? Yeah,
for sure. Okay. Cool. So I'm just going to copy, and I did not know that. I didn't even think of that. It makes perfect sense though. So that's the one there for the, so the one for people who will go with this one that I just put in the chat, for people who have dropped off of SmartShip and not currently drinking ketones, I just put, hi, George. I hope all is well with you. I know you haven't been drinking ketones for a while. And now that the holidays are over with, I'm just wondering if you've given any thought to getting started again. As you know, with consistency, they are a great tool for fighting those cravings and providing us with more energy, which is something that most of us want as life gets back to normal again. Great news. We are hosting another online guest call tonight, where others will be sharing their experiences with the benefits. Would you like to join us for a refresher? You can certainly invite others that you care about too. With the new year here and my recent conversations, I've learned that many people are looking for a product exactly like this. Do you want the link to join us? And then I put down, if not, that's okay. I just didn't want to not let you know about this. And then depending on who it is that you're talking to and how good of a relationship you have with them, some of them I put in, like, remember, I still love you regardless of your choice, whether they're going to agree to jump on or not, just to let them know that you still care about them. You don't have to use the word love, because that is a strong word. But there was a friend of mine that I've known for many, many years that has dropped off. And that's what I put in my message to her too. So I got a really warm, heartfelt message back from her. She's not able to get on the call, but that's okay. So then did you want me to read some of the other ones off as well, Dustin? Because I know we're at 20 after 1. I don't know if you've got a 30-minute time limit on here. He was gone and now he's back. Okay, maybe I'll go with
Back.
did we lost you again?
That's all right. Yeah, my wife called me.
Okay.
Did you finish the scripts?
Squirrel.
Oh, yes, I did. Okay, and so
Uh-huh.
now Bobby said she wants the ones for people who have never bought before. So I'll go
Okay,
over
perfect.
that script too.
Yep, go over all of them nice and slow, and then I just want to
All
add
of
a couple.
them? Okay.
Yep. Do it.
Okay.
Yeah, just if somebody's watching the recording, they can.
Yep. So copy. So just change that to everyone so everyone gets it here. It's not pasting. What's going on here? Hang on. Bear with me. Interesting. It's not pasting for me now. Well, I'll read this one. If you guys can still reach out to me too. I don't know why it's not letting me paste it. Let me paste the first one, but I will, if you want, you can still reach out to me too on Messenger, and I will send you those on Messenger as well. But this one is for those who have you've not yet had any conversations with about ketones. You could, especially if you're new, this is good. You could use this for a lot of people that you're going to reach out to. So again, I'm using George's name again. So I say, hi, George. And I always emphasize the word are, like, how are you? I know we are halfway through January, but I don't think it's too late to wish a happy new year, right? Happy New Year. I hope the first 2 weeks of the year have treated you well. I also wanted to take this chance to let you know about a product I have found and love. The product is called Keto OS Nat, which are exogenous ketones. I've been sharing it with as many people as I can and also on my social media platforms. I don't like to assume that you have seen any of my posts. You know what they say about assuming, LOL. I really do believe that you will love these. We are holding an info meetup tonight online at 8:30 p.m. Eastern to share exactly what these are all about, and I'd love to have you join us. And you are more than welcome to have your family and friends join us too. Would you like the link to join us? If not, that's okay. I just didn't want to not let you know about this call. I can always fill you in myself at a later time if you are up for that. So I'm leaving them because if this is somebody that I've never chatted to about ketones at all before, and perhaps they don't even know that I've been drinking them. They might, if they don't want to get on the call, I'm also letting them know that I'm still open to talk to them one-on-one, belly to belly, or just personally with them. Let me try one more time if I can copy this. Nope, not letting me paste anymore, which is really bizarre. So I apologize for that.
Zoom's being weird that way. Liz,
Okay.
can you hear me?
Yes, I can.
Awesome. Give Liz a shout out. Did you, I missed it if you did, but did you talk about Jennifer's post?
I did.
Awesome. Very cool. Okay.
Yeah.
So what do y'all think? I would love to do, I have two things I wanted to share in this activity hour is I want in the chat, or if you're watching the replay, I want you to put down, are you more comfortable sharing your story and sharing everything online? Or well, let me back up. Are you an introvert or an extrovert? If you don't know the difference, I'll explain so that you can be really clear. So an introvert is somebody that does well, feels comfortable, and flourishes. Like you like to have a one-on-one conversation with somebody, or maybe one-on-two. But as soon as you get above 3 or 4 people in a room or an environment, you tend to shut down. You tend not to speak. You tend to be very quiet. That's an introvert. It doesn't mean you're shy. Shy and introvert do not coexist. That a shy is very different than an introvert. An introvert is just somebody that is much more comfortable with less people around.
That's me. Are you there still, Gustin? No. Can you guys hear me? Okay. I know when I was chatting earlier, I got a message that my internet was unstable, so I wanted to make sure that it wasn't just me. Now, I don't know if any of you, oh, there he is. You're back.
Time to set the stairs, Sue. All right. Oh, greatest master of the staircases. But first, let me stick the banister so our second floor looks finished.
Dustin, you're not muted.
All of you.
I don't know what movie that was. I don't know if any of you were at ELCD. That's one of the things that we did is we had an exercise where they asked certain, Jay Shetty asked us certain questions and we went to the different parts of the room based on how we answered those questions. I thought that I would have been an extrovert, but based on the questions that he asked, I actually fit over onto the introvert side. So, and again, like Dustin said, there's nothing wrong with that. It just means that you were there. Yes, you were, Kristen. So until Dustin can get back on here, I'll just go over a couple of more of those scripts that I have. People, this is for people that have purchased trial packs from you, but have not yet created their own cloud account. So again, I'm using George as an example. I'm wishing him happy Monday. Alicia, you have a question? Yeah, for sure. Hop on, unmute.
So just real quick. So the link with the birthdays there, like the after that, and then the month that follows, like, is that because those are people that you know and that you may not have realized may not be drinking ketones, that with the birthdays popping up that you may not have, because the birthdays that pop up, those are people that you obviously know because they're friends in common and stuff like that. Is that where you're going with that?
They're my actual friends on Facebook.
Right. You may not have already hit up with the ketone conversation and stuff like that. And so that's what it is. Okay.
Yeah.
I just wanted to make sure.
Regardless of whether I've talked to them about ketones or not, I still do this practice and I still speak to every single person.
Right. Or just to reconnect.
Yes, I will still create a conversation with them and connect with them again, because you know, there are many of them that I have spoken to about ketones and they've either turned into crickets and don't answer me.
Right.
Or
obviously,
or they were not interested at the time. And it's funny because depending if you're consistent on your posts, you can tell who's watching you.
Yeah.
There's people that are watching you even though they have said no to you before, or they're ghosting you on a lot of your posts. They're not making comments, depending on what the post is.
Right.
Because like there's, you know, people that I have had conversations with about ketones and also sent birthday messages with. My other posts, they don't say a word about. I might get 5 or 10 comments, but all of a sudden I post this post and they're all in there.
No, it's so weird. I'm like, I'm good at social media. So it's just like, I know it's weird. So, but even just so that you can reconnect with people, just start a conversation of like that, maybe that you've gone to high school with or something, just get them back into that and stuff.
Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah.
All right, I just wanted to know. All right.
Yeah.
Thanks, Liz.
And you're welcome. And it's funny, you mentioned that question, you mentioned high school, people that I went to high school with. That was a long time ago for me.
I know.
And I have some friends who have friends, because that's one of my things is I try to get new friends all the time and new followers. And I have friends who have friends and I see their names and I'm like, man, that person looks really familiar to me. And the name sounds really familiar, but I just can't pin that message to them because a lot of these high school friends. I left Barrie when I went to high school in Barrie. I left in the middle of grade 10, almost finished grade 10 and moved out west. So they all graduated together. So the memory is not as clear for me. So it's hard. But I still will send out messages to them.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Well, I've gotten my yearbook out because I'm like, I can't. Is that person
That's a
who
great
that
idea?
Is? I have to look through, like when the name pops up, I'm like, who is that? Like I've thumbed through that and everything to see if that's the same person or not. And I'm like, just want to make sure. So I've actually gotten the yearbook out and I'm like, oh, that is that. Yeah. You know,
that's a fantastic idea. Really good idea for sure. Miguel, you had asked any strategies for reaching the
Get the
watchers.
yearbook out.
Yeah, getting the yearbook out. Did I freeze? No? Okay, so maybe Alicia is frozen. Miguel, you had asked about any strategies for reaching out to the watchers. If I know that they've been watching, I will just send them reach out to them and send a voicemail out to them, a voice message to them on Messenger. And just said, hey, you know, like I think I've seen you, or if somebody likes your comments, or likes your post or likes your stories, but you've seen that they've watched the story, but they haven't said anything, I will still send out a message to them. One thing that worked for me, I sent a message out to a girl and I said, I see that you liked my story. Thanks so much for liking it and interacting it. I appreciate you for doing that. Would you be interested in ketones, or are you just being a super fan? And that's how she actually started drinking ketones. So that's one idea too. Did that answer your question? Maybe. I don't want to take up too much time. I know that Dustin wants to get on talking about birthdays too. Are you ready, Dustin, or do you want me to go on with another script? I will go on with another script. So this is for people that are already drinking ketones. They're on SmartShip, they're drinking ketones, they're drinking them consistently. Don't forget about reaching out to them and inviting those people to your guest calls as well. And the reason for that too is you want to give them the opportunity to invite others that they care about to these calls that could potentially help them to earn their product for free. And so I just say to like, hey, George, how was everything? Can you believe that we're already halfway through January? I just wanted to send you a quick message to let you know about another guest call that we're having so that we can share the ketone conversation with our family, friends, and colleagues. We are all really loving this because it's a great way that we can share with those we care about without having to explain it all ourselves. Would you like the link to join us and to also share with your circle? The call is tonight at 8:30 p.m. Eastern. If not, that's okay. I just didn't want to not let you know about this. Make sense? Yeah, Kristen, that comment about the super fan, I think that, I don't know if I'm mistaken, it was either you, Lynn, or it was Kate that mentioned that on one of our calls. I got that idea from. So it works. Now, I've also had somebody who said that when you reach out to somebody that likes your stories or has just seen your story but actually hasn't liked it or given any kind of an emotion to it, that it's almost like when you're in a department store and you're just browsing and you see that sales rep walking up to you and you want to run away from them because you don't want them to approach you. I've heard people say that that's what that is like too. So it's kind of a different opinion. And maybe that's where you want to just evaluate who it is that you're reaching out to. Is it somebody that you do know? Or is it an absolute 100% complete stranger? I think
I talked that whole time and not have have sound on.
Yeah, you did. We heard your movie. You had a movie. We can hear you now. Dustin?
Hello.
Hi. Can you hear us? No answer was a stern reply.
Oh my goodness. When did I cut off?
We heard the movie. You were playing a movie for the kids. Now we lost him again. Carol, you're the host now. Oh, this is too funny. Here he is. He's back.
Wow.
Hi, welcome back.
I mean, this is unbelievable. Did you guys hear anything I said?
No,
All right. Well, I guess it wasn't that important to be said then.
well, we heard you had the movie going for the kids, I think.
Oh, her iPad's caught onto my phone. My earbuds aren't even working. Nothing's working. I couldn't even get on the Zoom this morning. I don't know. I'm having a technology issue. Well, I just talked for like 10 minutes and nothing came across. This is what I'm going to summarize it really quick, and I'm going to do a
Okay.
video or a training on it. I
Okay.
apologize for everybody that's watching this.
It's okay.
How many of you are introverts? How many of you are extroverts? Okay, so this is what I want you to do. Carol, which one were you?
Introvert.
Introvert. Okay, so this is what I would say. I can't believe oh, this is so good. Ah! I literally am walking in circles, just like yelling. People are watching me. So first off, if you're an introvert, that doesn't mean you're shy. That just means that you thrive in smaller groups. If you're an extrovert, you thrive with more people. You like the chaos of people. You feed off of other people. Introverts feed off themselves. In general, this is not written in stone. In general, introverts do better on social media. Extroverts do better belly to belly. In general, okay? Now, an introvert can do really good one-on-one, one-on-two, one-on-three, but as soon as you have 9 people come to the house, it gets a lot different. Where Miguel is like, bring them all. I invite 1 million people, right? Doesn't care. He's gonna love it. 1 or 2 people, he's gonna be like, it's like you need more energy, right? I'm the same way. So how to bring social media and belly to belly together is this way. If you're an introvert, what I want you to do is I want you to write down where's 3 or 4 places that you really want to go. If you're an extrovert, do not write them down. You can, but not in the purpose of this demonstration. So all my introverts, I want you to write down 2 or 3 places you really want to go. And if you don't mind, unmute and tell me what they are.
I'd like to go to Ireland.
Okay. Let's do this. For this purpose, let's just do the US or Canada or Mexico.
Okay. Florida.
Florida. We're at in Florida.
Anywhere. I've never been to Florida. I've only been to Orlando for one proven event.
Okay, pick 1 place or 2 places in Florida just for fun.
Vero Beach.
Okay, write that down. Carol, how about you? Now this is good. I want all you extroverts to listen to this because I'm gonna flip it on you.
A trip along the Maine, the coastline of Maine for like 10 days.
Cool. So what I want you to do when you did Liz's birthday thing, right? And you're like, I don't have a lot of birthdays this month, or next month. If that makes sense, that tells me that you need to create more followers if you're using social media as a strategy. For you two that have picked a location, your goal is that's where you want to travel to. I want you to start targeting that location of your followers. Follow your demographic. Okay, now who's your demographic? It's hairstylists, it's women that wear red hats, it's redheads, it's whatever, it's single dudes. I don't care, whatever your thing is. You're going to target that market within your demographic. And that's why I want you to not only, but primarily put your energy towards your following, because you want to go there anyway, right? Talk about Michael's talk earlier. It's a law of attraction. You got to find your yacht. You want to go there. Sweet. Well, now you have a reason. Now, when you go to Maine, you might have customers there. You might have promoters there. If not, at least you have the ability to go have a coffee with somebody that you know in Maine or you know in Florida. Right? So it gives you ability to target where you want to go. Now, extroverts, this is what I've learned about extroverts. This is a business decision. This is less about your dreaming of where you want to go. You do better with people in your local neighborhood, your local area. You do better with the people around you. Okay. So what I want you to do is you start targeting the people in your hometown or the town next to you. And your goal is to bring in and magnify the followers. 80% of what I do now, I'm not trying to go to Singapore anymore, y'all. I want to coach my son's football and my daughter's baseball. And I want to have a meeting down the road instead of getting on a plane to Singapore. Now, I don't mind the Singapore trip, but the reality is I'm an extrovert. As soon as you start I go out to town. My wife hates it. She's like, people know you. People are coming up and talking to you. Yes, because I've been targeting them. I'm now, like, they don't know it, but I'm in their face on a regular basis. Now, the bigger the city, the harder that is. So you might want to like really like for Lynn, she lives in an area where it's like super complicated. So she might be more targeted. Like I go to this part of this coffee shop. Who goes to that coffee shop? Right? She might be more targeting as it's a bigger city. But what I want you to do, and then as an extrovert, your job is every time you meet somebody is to get them to follow you on social media. Because if you want to build locally, the best way to build an international business is to build local. For you you extroverts. You introverts, you just create. You're good at writing. You're good at the creating relationships online. Carol, Liz, can you guys create relationships without talking, like without seeing people face to face pretty well? Yes. I suck at it. I'm horrible at it. I want to be face to face with them, right? So anyway, that's kind of a strategy I want you to use. And then I want you to think about, I was going to give a posting strategy, but we'll maybe do that next week, a 4-2-1 posting strategy. But anyway, that's just, I hope that helps. What I want you to do is if you're an extrovert, make 2023 the ability to build locally. I think the extroverts are the ones that are struggling right now more than the introverts because we've been talking so much about online stuff. But use online as a way to build your extrovert, like get in front of more people. Use it as a strategy rather than I'm not comfortable doing it. For you introverts, be strategic and use your online marketing to build relationships and grow your business that way. So be both. So with that said and done, Liz, I appreciate you.
And Lynn has a question, Dustin. Lynn Knowles has a question.
Yep. What's up, Lynn?
Hey, good afternoon. Quick question. You just triggered something in me. So if I'm an extrovert and I'm going to target my local people to build in 2023 locally, and I heard you say if you're an introvert, like your first thing is you want to get them following you on social media. That's for everyone though, correct? Because I might meet someone out and about that is an introvert.
Yeah, so I'm just using this conceptually, like in general. So Katie Rollins is an introvert. Michael Rutherford's an extrovert. They both have huge businesses, and they both will tell you, like, Katie's like build it online. Michael's like build it belly to belly. Well, it's not one or the other. It's this, right? Mm-hmm. But what I want people to know is that if this is the style of person you are, be aware of that, right? I'm an extrovert. If I don't do things out in time, join like Lynn, you already do this, networking groups, everything else. But use social media as a strategy to magnify what you're already good at. At the same time, let's not tell an introvert that they have to go out and do a drive-by because they are uncomfortable, right? So what we want to do with them is we want to be strategic with them and say, listen, let's use how do you build relationships online so well? Like, let's magnify that. I use the strategy of like, pick where you want to go, right? Pick where you want to live. If you want to go travel somewhere, if you want to go to Ireland, and Liz, I would tell you to start doing Ireland too. But from a business decision, we're faster in the States and Canada, so I would focus on them. But this is a way, like this should be like, this is the same thing with dating. It's the same thing if you ever wanted to move. Well, if you wanted to move somewhere, don't you think it'd be good if you went and got like 30, 40, 50 people to connect it to in that area before you got there? Do you think it'd be better? Yes. Mm-hmm. Right. But I want to, this year to me is bring the belly to belly and social media world together. What's happening is it ends up, we end up getting a divide because of personality types. And there's one person that doesn't want to talk to people in public. They would rather all do it behind a screen. And for me, that's really challenging for me. I get stressed thinking that's how I have to do it. Where I want to be in front of people. So, but let's put a strategy together for that. And this is something I'm going to talk a lot more about. So I would talk selfishly. I would focus on you, not your team initially. And then, if you're a leader, then start recognizing, okay, they're good at this. Don't push them into if they're not coming to the KLPs or coming to the local event, it doesn't mean they don't care. It just means maybe they're uncomfortable. Right. And let's not try to keep making them more uncomfortable, which I've done a lot, because if you're an introvert around me long enough, I kind of can stress you out. Right. And now I'm more aware going, they're that way. Let's damper it back. Let's put them in their gift zone. Let's not push them into my gift zone. And some introverts and everybody can get caught up in the moment, but ultimately you're gonna be comfortable where you're comfortable. So anyway, I do have to go pick up my daughter. She's in that room right there. Liz, I want everybody to give Liz some love and a shout out. Appreciate you so much. And tonight, we'll see you tonight on the call.
Hey,
Lynn, you're hosting.
Bye, everyone.